folks. Welcome to episode 49 of the Primetime Gorehounds. It is Friday, January 27th of the 2023 era. I am Primetime James Thomas here with Paul, the Gorehound Bird himself. And tonight we're going to be watching my favorite, yes, my favorite Nightmare on Elm Street film of the franchise, Nightmare on Elm Street 4, The Dream Master. Ladies and gentlemen, we are live! Welcome, everybody, to another episode of Primetime Gorehounds. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. And, of course, if you want to donate to the channel, the Cash App is PrimePod313. And, Paul, I'm very much excited for this one. Like I said, it's my favorite film of this franchise. I'm not saying it's the best, because I'm pretty sure people, when I say it's my favorite, people say, "Oh, you think it's the best?" No, it's just my favorite. There's a difference between having your favorite and what's the best. Everybody knows the best film is the first film. But the reason why I say it's my favorite, because one, this movie was the movie I watched the most growing up. And to me, it has this is going to sound blasphemous, so I'm about to say, especially with the Freddy fans.
Go on.
My favorite final girl in the franchise, Alice.
Oh.
Alice, Lisa Wilcox. Now, people say, why, Jane? Because Nancy is the be-all, end-all. And I love Nancy. I love Heather Langenkamp. But to me, Alice was a character that I identified with the most, because I see myself in Alice, because very much in high school and very much in my middle school years, I was a shy, awkward kid. And as the movie progresses, you see Alice become more stronger, more confident in herself. And that's how I was in high school. Like in freshman year, I was a shy, awkward kid. By senior year, I was confident. I, was talking to people, had plenty of friends. So I saw myself in Alice. So that's why Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 is my favorite. And of course, the dream sequences, the visual effects, and of course, Robert Englund, is fantastic as always. But yeah, it's my favorite film. Paul, what are your thoughts on Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master?
It's been a long time since I've seen this one. I only just recently started to watch it again because I got the Blu-ray collection. But I remember first watching Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 years ago when I was a kid during one of my parents' movies nights. I think I must have been about 6 or 7 when I got to see this at the time. And when I first saw it, believe it or not, this was actually my introduction to Freddy Krueger when I was a kid. This is the film that introduced me to this guy. And I remember enjoying it when it first came out. I thought the dream sequences were fucking top notch. And, Robert Englund playing as Freddy Krueger, as always, on fine form. And I think this one was probably the visually best looking one in the series. Now, as far as which one's my favorite ones in the series, let's face it, Part 1 is the best. And I'm not going to argue that for 1 second. It is in the National Film Registry after all, folks. This one's definitely one of my favorite sequels as well. And my other favorite sequels obviously would be Part 3 and Wes Craven's New Nightmare. That's my other favorites, and this one too. So yeah, and what you were saying earlier as well, James, when you said about how you were able to relate to this character Alice, when it comes to my times in school, yeah, I was always like the non-talking type. I was usually like the quiet one too. It wasn't until like my later years that I started opening up a little more. But yeah, I was more like the outcast when I was at school. But I can relate to this character to a certain extent too. But yeah, this movie I'm looking forward to seeing because it has been a while, and I know it was directed by Rennie Harlin, who I think he just came off the heels of another film he did before this one called Prison.
Prisons. Yep.
Yeah, that's another good movie. So, yeah, like I said, this was my.
And he would later go on to do Die Hard 2 and one of my favorite Stallone films, Cliffhanger.
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea. Let's not forget that. And if you're wondering what he's up to recently, he's the guy that's right now currently doing the new Strangers films. So it'd be interesting to see what he does with that one.
Oh,
I
Stranger.
know.
Oh, okay, good. Oh, yeah, good. Because I saw his filmography, and I'm like, man, this nigga fell off.
Yeah. He kind of after Deep Blue Sea, like his film directing kind of fell off the grid. There was a couple of maybe one or two movies he did that were lesser known.
Wasn't Deep Blue Sea a hit too?
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea was a massive hit. It was people consider that one of the best shark movies since Jaws, and I kind of agree with it too because it was a pretty.
I can agree with that. I could agree with that. Yeah, it's the second best shark movie ever.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was a good film, but some of his lesser known movies after that, like maybe one or two that I could say was good, and that was the Dyatlov Pass incident, and there was another one he did. I got on Blu-ray somewhere. I think it was called 5 Days of War, which is like a movie biopic. Those are the
12
only 12
rounds.
12 rounds was. You know what I'm going to say about that. I felt that movie was very, it was very flat. And I'm not saying that because of who was in it. I'm just saying the movie just kind of didn't hit right with
It
me.
had a good concept, but I mean, back then Cena wasn't good yet, and I like the idea. It was just the direction and the lead actor was just not good.
Yeah, that was his problem right there, dude. So, but you know, he's got his acting chops now, it seems. But back then, it was still trying to figure that out. And Rennie Harlan,
it was rough. Yeah, it was rough for Cena. It was rough.
Yeah, it was rough. It was rough at that time. But yeah, this guy who did this film, he's had some good films, and he's kind of fallen off the grid for a while. But I'm hoping he can turn it around with the new movies he's doing next, which is that Strangers film. So. But this is Rennie Harlan's filmmaking at his prime at the time, and I guess a lot of people would say Cliffhanger and Deep Blue Sea.
Ooh, yeah, I wouldn't say that.
Well, you know where I'm going with it.
Okay.
It's just my perspective. You know, everybody's got a different perspective on this guy. That's just kind of my 2 cents on the whole thing.
Yes, and also this movie is affectionately known as the MTV Nightmare or the MTV Freddy. This was the movie where New Line committed to this version of Freddy. No longer is the Freddy that's in the shadows, in the darkness, that creepy, terrifying feelings of the first 2 films, especially the second film, which I feel is probably the most darkest out of the first 4 films up to this point, especially the most terrifying looking Freddy. But yeah, no, and then Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, Dream Wars, which we did do a commentary. We did a commentary on Nightmare 1 and 3. Nightmare on Elm Street 3 was the best balance, where you still had that creepy, terrifying Freddy, but you saw it wasn't in your face, but you saw the direction they planned on going with Freddy. Look at the prime time, bitch. Where's the fucking bourbon?
Yeah, that bit.
yes. You saw it in Part 3, but it was a nice balance. Here, Part 4, this is when they make the decision to make Freddy from a horror icon to a pop culture icon, where you see Freddy clearly out and about. He's cracking jokes. He becomes the Freddy that we know him to be now. Yeah. And some fans don't mind it, and there's some fans that completely despise this film because they say this was when the franchise hit the iceberg. It didn't sink, but it crashed into the iceberg, and then that led to 5, which I do not like, and New Nightmare, which fans hate. I don't mind it because of Robert Englund's performance, and then they redeemed themselves with New Nightmare, and but yeah, a lot of people say this was the franchise where even though it was the highest grossing Nightmare on Elm Street film, this is where they filled the franchise. This is where it was the beginning of the end. Do you agree with that sentiment, Paul?
Yeah, I mean, this is where they took this is where they took the direction full bore from here on out in this one. And like you pointed out earlier, this was the highest grossing movie until Freddy versus Jason showed up. But yeah, I mean, like after this one, like you said, you had Nightmare on Elm Street 5, which was it was pretty bad. But I still think Part 6, to some extent, for me, was the worst. I don't know why. I just feel like it was the worst one. New Nightmare, I fucking love. Like, that, to me, was one of my favorite sequels outside of the ones that I listed as my favorites. So that one was really cool because they took it in a direction I didn't expect it to go, where they decided to merge fiction and reality in one thing with the characters. And I like that. I thought that was a really cool twist, in my opinion.
Agreed, and also too. This movie came out in 1988, and I did a quick Google search. Dude, 1988 was one of the greatest years in horror history. Because think about this: you had Child's Play, Friday the 13th Part 7,
Yep,
Halloween 4, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, They Live.
You also had the introduction of Maniac Cop during this year, and you also had, I think it was Hellraiser. Was it Hellraiser 1 or 2 that came out this year?
I think Hellraiser came out in 87.
Yeah, so Hellraiser 2 came out in 88 or 89, I want to say.
Yeah, so think about that, folks. There was a time where you had, within months, Freddy, Jason, and Michael releasing new films. Then you had the debut of Chucky, and then you had one of John Carpenter's best films, and They Live. Oh, yeah. 1988 was a crazy. If you were a horror fan, this was the greatest year ever. You know,
yeah, and it's a good time to be it.
Yeah, 88 was a legendary year, man. So I'm looking forward to going down memory lane with this film. Oh, and also, and as you can see here, that is Tuesday Night, who takes the role as Kirsten. Patricia Arquette did not come back. Now, granted, I will say this though, even though it does hurt that Patricia Arquette does not come back, because they say that well, there's multiple different stories why she didn't come back. One side says that she was pregnant at the time, but I did some research. They said the timeline doesn't really match up. One side said that she was requesting more money and the producer didn't want to give it to her. Patricia Arquette said that she was getting, better, that she was getting into bigger and better things at that time. But I enjoyed Tuesday Night as Kirsten. I thought she was fine. Like, did it bother you, Paul, that a beloved character like Kirsten was replaced by Tuesday Night from Patricia Arquette? Because a lot of Nightmare films was kind of bothered by that.
Well, at the time, I didn't even realize they had a different cast person involved, because she looked and acted so much like the previous actress that played the role. So I didn't notice it at the time, but now that I realize it, I'm just like, you know what? It didn't bother me one bit. She played the part extremely well. So I wasn't mad about it at all.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. So I am about 3 seconds. I'm about 3 seconds in with the New Line Cinema logo is about to emerge.
4 seconds in, and the New Line Cinema is about to emerge too. I got that bit with the logo.
Cool. Of course, you can watch alongside with us. Add your 2 cents in the comment section. I'm watching this on YouTube. It's only $3 on YouTube. So
I got the whole collection on Blu-ray.
Nice. So give y'all a couple seconds to sync up with us, and then we're gonna get this shindig started. And how the rules go,
And while we sync up, we'll say hello to Lou and Philip. How you guys doing? And we go over the rules.
Yes, the rules are we go 3, 2, 1, play. When we say play, you press play. And again, 3, 2, 1, play. When we say play, you press play.
And if you don't press play, your transformation into a bug is going to be very unpleasant.
One of the best kills in the franchise for sure.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm ready. Paul's ready. I hope y'all are ready. Let's get this started. In 3, 2, 1, play.
We are in. And what's up, Motionless Zombie? All right, the intro in this. I love the song on this intro. I think it's great. Sets the tone perfectly.
Yes, love.
Of men, fear came upon me and trembling, which made all my bones to shake. Job 4:13-14. So here we go.
I'm all alone. Feels like the end. He walks with me while I sleep. It's like a heart attack on a one-way street.
Oh, yeah.
I can't sleep tonight, 'cause I gotta run, gotta hide the nightmare. Running from this nightmare. Yes, I love it.
We are kicking it, man, with this song. Hey, 80s, man, horror, music, yeah.
Love this song, man. Great song. Sung by a Tuesday Night herself.
Oh, wow, I didn't fucking realize that.
Yep, that's Tuesday Night singing this.
Nice.
And I think this is the first film of the franchise where Robert Englund gets top billing.
Yeah, it was actually, because you notice his name was the first thing to pop up before the title. So, yeah.
So it's his movie. It's his movie.
He finally got his due in this one,
which is well deserved.
Yeah, definite. I mean, this guy's earned his reputation to be what he's been in this.
Running from this nightmare.
James is in this song, ladies and gentlemen.
I used to love. I love this song growing up, man.
Oh, I'm not going to argue it one bit, man. It's good. God, fucking 80s movies, man. Horror movies especially, man. It was, yeah. We were getting it good on this time.
I could just not imagine after the hype of part 3, and seeing this in the movie theater, you're like, oh shit, here we go.
Yeah, because let's face it, after the success of the third movie, the moment they said about a fourth one going down, I bet the anticipation level was fucking fever pitch at this point.
The same little girl from part 3.
Yep. And there's that damn house. And again, I with each movie, I'm sure that the dream sequences just got better and more visually, striking. And I think, like I said, I think this one was probably the best visual striking effects in this one, in my opinion. It was just so.
And I think that, and of course we see Kirsten replace with the Tuesday Night, which, like I said, I thought her performance was fine. It does kind of suck that now I will say my one problem with the film, and I love this film, but my one problem was I felt they kind of disrespected the Dream Warriors. They killed them off too soon. It was kind of disrespectfully done too.
Yeah, that was some bullshit that they did that, like just to wipe out the guys that survived the last movie. I don't know if that was their way of upping the stakes or just their way of, just saying, hey, Freddy's back. We're going to kill everybody off because he means business this time. I have no idea. But they could have done it.
Or maybe it was because Patricia Arquette didn't come back.
Yeah, there's that too. But they could have done it a different way, man.
Because after part 3, when it was clear as day that Nancy passed on the torch to Kirsten, you would think, okay, Kirsten is now the one final girl, and so when Kirsten dies in this, it kind of sucked for fans. You're like, wait, what?
Yeah,
Luckily for me, this is for me. Luckily, I liked Alice, so it didn't hurt as much. But at the same time, I'm just kind of like, man, one of them could have survived. I mean, shit. I mean, Kincaid could have lived. You didn't have to kill Kincaid. At least could have lived.
yeah, you could have had one of them at least live, but they were just like, nope, we're killing them all off, which sucked, but it didn't hurt
And
it that.
Paul, and the set design is just beautiful. All the set designs in all these films is just fantastic.
Oh yeah, the set design on this was just amazing. I think it was Kevin Yeager that did the set effects this time. I know he did the makeup effects on this too.
And I understand why fans of the first film probably grew to dislike the later films because it kind of takes away from what Freddy was. Because like, there's my guy Kincaid, and there's Joey. Oh, Jason. I'm sorry, Jason the dog.
Name a dog Jason. There you go. But
Kirsten still got the power to bring people in her dreams.
Yep, she still has that. I just was like surprised that they ended up killing them all off like that. But again, like I said, when I first saw this movie when I was a kid, this movie was my introduction to Freddy. So at the time, I didn't know very much. So, it's just, yeah. But I agree with what you were saying, though, about how some of the fans out there felt like that this movie was the beginning of the direction that Freddy ultimately ended up going, where it was all like pop icon stuff and making him into like a campy character because, his original essence was that he was like full on scary and terrifying. And I think his scary, like you said earlier, his most terrifying incarnation was probably part 2. And they tried to reintroduce that, even though it was a remake. They tried to reintroduce that, but it just didn't translate well. Ooh, dog's got some blood.
And I like that they said, Freddy's dead. The pipes is cold. The boiler room is cold. So I like that.
Yeah, I mean, technically he was dead and gone, but something brought him back.
Yeah, Kirsten's constant fear.
Exactly. She should have let it. She should have let it go. She should have forgot, because if she forgot about it, then we wouldn't be in the situation right now that they're in.
So Kirsten and Kincaid and Joey, who now can talk all of a sudden perfectly fine. I don't know how long the events are from Dream Warriors to now, but now they're out.
It's 1 year after. It's 1 year later.
Okay, so they're out of Weston Hills. They're now living normal lives in the school, which I don't know if that really would happen, but
I don't think it would happen that quickly in the span of a year. It'd be a bit longer.
And there's my girl, Alice, Lisa Wilcox.
Yep.
Which, by the way, a fellow wrestler of mine who's a horror fan as me, actually in a convention, which is about 20 minutes away from where I live, Lisa Wilcox was there. Got a photograph and autograph from her, and she's still really cool.
Man, lucky him. Let's see what she's up to. Lisa Wilcox, what's she up to at the minute? All right, get this. Right now, she's 58. She'll be 59 in April. Her last movie was, she was in that documentary In Search of Darkness, and the last movie she was in was something called The Wet Ones, whatever that is. Some kind of, I have no idea. But she's still doing films, which is a good thing.
But Lisa Wilcox, Alice. Apparently, they said like 600 females auditioned for the role as Alice. including Ellie Cornell, Rachel.
Damn, I didn't know
from
that.
Halloween 4. Yeah.
Damn.
So there could have been there could have been a chance that Ellie Cornell was going to be in a Nightmare film and Halloween film in the same year.
Yo,
well,
imagine
I don't think that would have been possible, but yeah.
Imagine if they did pull it off. Would have been a different landscape at this point.
No, that would have been one hell of a schedule for Ellie, though.
Yeah, fair point. Some people are able to pull it off, but it all depends on if they're able to hack it, you know?
But yeah, so like I said, Kirsten, I guess after a year, was in her high school, got new friends, got a boyfriend. And I think that's kind of the problem some people kind of had with the film, because they're like, wait, where all these new friends come from? Because you kind of get the vibe that Alice and Kirsten have been friends for a while. And then but then fans of part 3 will be like, yeah, Kirsten did not mention once about having a boyfriend or having a friend named Alice, which would have been nice, but
like there was a literal plot loophole here that nobody even had happening at a point. Poor bug.
I like the foreshadowing of the bug.
Yeah, that's another thing I noticed. That there was one of those scenes of the foreshadowing. And I think there was other foreshadowing moments in there too, but it's like really subtle that you didn't notice.
But yeah, man, I feel I was bothered by that, because again, you have these 3 characters in Kirsten, Joey, and Kincaid, that fans fell in love with in the 3rd film, and how they kind of died off as quickly as they did. It was like, come on, man.
Yeah, like they were literally like the first ones to go in this movie. It's like
they did it Alien 3. They did it Alien 3 on us.
Well, yeah, Alien 3 before Alien 3, basically. They could have at least like fleshed out the characters a little more and then made the kills more meaningful, but no, they were just like, no, we're just going to kill them off. Like, they didn't even think that far ahead at the time.
Well, I'm pretty sure when they made part 3, I'm pretty sure they made it without really intending on making a part 4.
Yeah, because I think, if I remember correctly, I think for all intent and purposes...
That's a great shot of the claws in the lockers.
That was a good one. I think for all intent and purposes, I think Dream Warriors was meant to be the end. That was meant to be it.
This is definitely the MTV, where we see Alice's brother doing his karate monologue and montage in the garage with the music and then the montage, and this is definitely MTV right here.
Yeah, MTV when MTV was worth watching at the time for me, anyway. Because at least back in the like late 80s and mid 90s, MTV used to have music that catered to everybody, including the music that I listen to. And nowadays, it's just like it just caters towards one music base. Not there's anything wrong with that music, but it's just like they kind of lost track of other genres as well. And there were some really cool TV shows. I mean, like, Beavis and Butthead and Jackass. I think the only time I watch MTV now is just to watch ridiculousness, and that's about it.
But we saw Alice, we learned that she's a daydreamer, which was another problem I had when I was a kid. Because I used to daydream a lot. School, I daydreamed a lot.
Oh, dude, I was there too, man. Like when I was in school, the only thing I wanted to do was hope the day goes fast and just get it over with. So I would spend most of my time just daydreaming about whatever came to my head. It could be about anything at that time. I mean, because it was like during the classes that I had, it was boring as shit. So the only way I could make the time go by was to daydream and think about stuff that came out of my imagination, for better or worse, Whoa.
This is where she imagines standing up to her father, who's an alcoholic. it just goes to show that she's got it in her. It shows what she's capable of. It shows how strong she can be. She just is just not pulled out of her yet.
Yeah. Yeah. For those people that's had those situations, sometimes that's a tough shit to get out of.
Yeah, especially in those situations where where you want it when somebody pisses you off, and you want to say something, you just don't have the confidence to do it yet.
Yeah, I've been there, and there's been times where I wanted to punch the dude out because he pissed me off so much. But yeah, we've all had moments like that. I mean, no matter what it is, it could be a domestic thing. It could be somebody's pissed you off at work, or things like that, or somebody just ran over your cat and you're just pissed off and you just want to unleash, but you don't have the courage to sometimes. No, that's a cute dog, though. I gotta admit.
How the fuck you open the door, though?
Some dogs are smart when it comes to opening doors. If it's that kind of door handle, they know how to push it down. Oh boy.
Oh, this sucks, man. This sucks every time I see it.
I bet when you first saw this, after watching the first, I bet you were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I mean, it was cool. I mean, Kincaid's in a nightmare, and I love the junkyard scene, which, by the way, James Cameron, Aliens, Terminator 2, did help develop. He helped develop the sequence.
Oh, he did?
Yeah.
Wow. I gotta admit, though, that is pretty damn apocalyptic. I kind of like it, too.
It's like I said, the set design is incredible. It is incredible. And I think what I really enjoy about these films is that especially with the dreams, it doesn't feel like terrifying. It's more like carnival fun, like horror funhouse fun type stuff. Where in the first couple films, the nightmares felt terrifying. And we just had a dog piss fire. What was he fucking?
Must have fucked the devil.
Got drunk some Pennzoil or something. God damn.
Probably had some ghost chilies and some fucking gasoline mixture. I don't know. Fucking hell.
This would not fly. This would not fly right now. Because you got to think about this. Okay, back in the 80s, film producers and directors were thinking of, okay, how can we get them back? Right? How can we get the horror monster back? They weren't thinking about, continuity and fucking storytelling. Because storytelling back then wasn't really a big deal like it is now.
Yeah,
if this happened today, fans would be like, oh, bullshit. Even though how he comes back is, even though I think him actually resurrecting is awesome. But
I think it's a pretty cool sequence.
Dog pissing fire, it could have been better, though. It could have been a better way to bring Freddy back.
Yeah, but I like the whole sequence of how he just comes back together again. I think that's really smart. But they could have explained it a little bit more better, on that side of things. Because that's how it is nowadays. Like you were saying, more people seem to want to have explanations about why they're back or how they come back. Whereas here, it's just like, you don't need one. It just happened. And there you go.
I like that, dusting the dirt off the hat.
Yeah.
And this is great. The long silhouetted shot of Freddy is awesome. It's awesome.
I think it's great, man.
There he is.
It's like he's saying, I'm back, motherfuckers.
I'm sure in the movie theater in '88, people, I can just hear the crowd going, "Fuck yeah!"
Garen, I love that line. But I bet you when they said that, I bet people in the fucking cinema were going, yes!
You shouldn't have buried me. I'm not dead. It's great.
No, I think it's great, man.
The voice is an octave lower, and Robert Englund, got that charisma, that swag that he has with the role. It's so great to see Robert Englund play this role, man.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can touch him when it comes to this role. Nobody. Which is why I say, it's a
drop the car on him. He still got that super strength.
Lucky for him.
Take that, motherfucker!
Well, the cars ain't happy about it.
You shouldn't have called him a motherfucker. You should not have called him. If he did not call him a motherfucker, Freddy would be dead. You shouldn't have called him motherfucker.
Yeah.
And look at this with the explode. It looks awesome. It is awesome.
Brilliant. It is so damn good. I really enjoy it, man. I dig it. I mean, for a movie that only had a $6 million budget,
and the camera zoom out when he goes, Freddy's back is great, fucking terrifying.
Oh yeah, when you see that, you realize the whole planet is a junkyard. Imagine being stuck in that world.
Terrifying.
Fuck all that noise, and there you go.
Fuck!
He said, see you in hell, and he's like, oh, there you go. There goes Kincaid.
Oh, he was the first to go. Well, the one popular character from the third film, and you kill him off. Damn!
Just like that. Even the dog's not happy.
Yeah, like I said, that's one of the things I dislike. Just how quickly and easily the Dream Warriors go.
He basically wiped them out. Like, what the fuck, man?
And no, it's not. It was not the goddamn dog that brought Freddy back. It was Kirsten's constantly dreaming of him is what brought Freddy back. Because fear, what gives Freddy strength.
Too bad they didn't have hypnosills back then.
Was they completely fucking ignore in this third film?
Yeah. Which they kind of brought into the fold again with Freddy versus Jason with the whole hypnosil thing and how they dealt with Freddy at that time.
And now Joey's about to get it. Fuck.
Damn, man. You fucking bump him off this quick. Like, why?
Yeah, we're only like 10, 15 minutes in.
Yeah, like, who the fuck's the writers? Brian Hegland, Ken, and Jim Wheat. Guys, what were you thinking? Yeah, Motionless Zombie here says, do you think Doug Bradley in his prime could have been a great Freddy Krueger if Robert Englund never did? Oh, Doug Bradley is Freddy Krueger.
Wait a minute.
Nothing's for sure. It's showtime, folks!
What he said. But, yeah, dude, imagine that. Doug Bradley as Freddy Krueger. Would that have worked?
I don't know, but I will say this, though. Apparently, they said that the model in that scene, they had to film that scene multiple times, and apparently the model was getting pissed off, which understandably so.
I can imagine, especially when you're trapped in a waterbed.
And then even the stunt guy for Freddy was kind of like, Rennie, come the fuck on, man.
Yeah, right? I didn't even see that guy getting stabbed, and no way we got some blood.
Oh, well, it clearly, homage to Johnny Depp's death.
His bed death's better than this one, though.
But here's my thing. I think this. I kind of get what people are talking about. Like Freddy. Like I get what people are saying that it's not Freddy's not scary anymore. Like I said, because you see him clearly. He's not in the shadows. And I will say none of these deaths is as terrifying as Tina's death. The Tina's death's fucking scary as hell.
Yeah, exactly, right? And the whole thing about Freddy not being scary anymore, that's the thing. People are trying to find a way to make him scary again, but here's the question: how the hell are you going to do it in this day and age? Like,
watch the first film.
Yeah, exactly. You would have to
just watch the first two movies.
Watch the first two movies, study that, learn from that, and try to incorporate it in the new one. And wherever you're going to get to play as Freddy, good luck.
Yeah, it's simple. Just keep them in the shadows, make them creepy, tone down on the wisecracks. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
Thing is,
it's simple. It's simple.
they tried to do that on the last movie, but it was just poorly executed. That's the thing. I had no problem with who they had play Freddy and
Trash.
yeah, all right. Hang on, hold on. I know that last movie was trash, but I didn't have a problem with who was playing Freddy. My problem was they could have done that movie a whole lot better.
Then again,
Right?
this is cool because we see Joey in the waterbed.
Yeah, like she's probably right now thinking, how did that happen? How do you explain something like that to the cops?
Yeah, Tuesday did not want to smoke that cigarette at all.
Yeah, you can tell she's like, fuck
She
this.
she did not want to do that, bro.
She's like, I don't think it's even lit. Oh yeah, it is lit. But yeah, you can tell she's like, I hate smoking. I don't want to do it.
I didn't really care to win the smoker in the third film. Like, okay, kind of drastic change, but all right.
No, I don't. Yeah, right, exactly. But but I guess I guess everybody deals with fear a certain way, and chain smoking like a maniac would be one of them.
And then we kind of get the introduction of the whole controlling your dreams, you know, and then the nursery rhyme that's going to come into play later in this film.
Yep.
But yeah, but you know, because I think, you know, because here's what from part one on to three, you know, like I said, it's like it's genuinely terrifying and disturbing. Where
Exactly.
4, 5, and 6, it's more like it's more like going through a haunted house. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I
Where it's
agree.
like it's that fun. It's that fun scary. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that looks cool. That looks cool. Oh, that was creepy. You know, where in part 1 and 2, you're like, oh, that's fucking creepy. Like, ugh, you know.
Yeah, like those first two movies, man. Like you saw Freddy at his most sadistic. Part 2 is definitely his darkest, and part
And
3.
there's Robert Englund dressed as a nurse.
Oh shit.
That's Robert Englund. That's great. That's great. First time we see him without the Freddy makeup in the series.
First time I've seen Freddy in drag.
That's great.
Hey, hats off
Like
to
this is like
his actor to do some stuff like that, willing to do it.
you need your rest. Brilliant. That's brilliant.
Oh, resting's not a good idea right about now. Freddy, you evil fuck. That's good with the blood bit coming out there. I like that.
Like that was actually pretty cool seeing Robert Englund without the makeup though. He's clearly he's Freddy, you know, he's Freddy imposing as a nurse. So that was cool. Like I said, I think that's the first time we see Robert Englund as Freddy but without the makeup.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because you didn't see that kind of thing happen again until I think part 6, if I'm correct. When you had the bit when you see his past before he turned into what he is.
The Crave Inn diner. Get it? Crave Inn.
Craven, yeah. That's a nod to Wes Craven. Rest in peace to him, by the way.
We actually have a couple of these in my city, those old school 50s diners. Do you have them do you have 50 diners where you're at, Paul? Or do they give a fuck about 50s culture in America and the UK?
No. We've got some of those around here at some point. I mean, there's one just outside of the Marsh Mills area, which is I've actually been past it once and went in there once as well. It's actually not bad. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, I know there's some legit 50s diners that legit, you know, was built in the 50s and still standing to this day.
Yeah, it's the same with some of the food places I got where I am, like some of the restaurants and fish and chip shops over here, like Pirelli's. They've been around since the late 60s, and they're still going today. It's like a family-run business, still standing, even after all this time and despite everything that's going on. So they've done something right.
Yeah, I had those moments, when I had a crush on somebody, just couldn't bring myself to tell them how I feel.
I've been in that situation too, dude. I mean, there was this one time, there was this one girl that was interested in me, but I was talking to her, but
You talked yourself out of it.
yeah, something like that. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know what it is about me, man. It's just that I mean, okay, I'm nearly 40, but I seem to enjoy being single at the moment. I'm not ready to settle down until I've got stuff in my life sorted out yet, because I still got some stuff I want to do before any of that.
Nothing wrong
with
that.
So, yeah, sometimes my college mates and sometimes my friends are like, dude, why haven't you settled down yet? I just said, because I'm not ready to yet, because I'm like, I want to do the things I want to do first, and then I'll start thinking about something like that. I'm not ready to settle yet. I sort of like being single and doing my own thing at the minute because I get to do some stuff,
Yeah, absolutely nothing wrong with that. So, folks, we are. I'm 30 minutes and 52 seconds in, where we see Kirsten and the crew visiting the old Elm Street house.
Yep, I'm right there too.
Which I believe this is the exact same street as from the first film.
Yes, it is. I was just looking at the production notes on it. It is the same street.
And did you know that the Wallace house, Lindsay Wallace house, because I think they filmed this in the same city as the first Halloween, and it's the Wallace house is literally just down the street from the Elm Street house.
Oh shit! Yeah, you're right. Look, I recognize that stretch of road. I'll never forget that time when we were watching the first Halloween, and it's supposed to be Haddonfield, and then you can see fucking palm trees, and I was going off about it,
Palm trees, the hills, California license plates. Yeah, they didn't do their best job of hiding it.
Well, it was 1978, so you can only do so much at the time. I wouldn't mind visiting that house. Call me crazy, but I probably would. I probably won't come out alive.
And I like how they brought the same mom back.
Yeah, I think that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, they brought the same mom. But I'm delay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same mom. So I thought that was cool. Some continuity between the third and fourth film.
Oh yeah, you got to have some continuity in the film in some shape or form. Otherwise, what's the point? She's like, man, what's going on here? Now it's not there. Like,
she was daydreaming. She was daydreaming again.
Yep, she's daydreaming. That's the crazy thing. The fact that Freddy can catch you while you're daydreaming. Yeah.
And now Kirsten's about to get it. Oh man! And I remember I was doing some research on this and on Fangoria. Apparently, this was a big deal. Freddy killing Kirsten. Like that was a huge deal at the time.
Yeah, everybody was having something to say about it. Some people were like, "Yo, that was pretty cool," and a lot of others were like, "Man, this is some bullshit."
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure some fans, especially fans of the third film, felt disappointed. Like they felt disappointed. Like you kill off the Dream Warriors,
Yeah.
And it's like kind of like the third film, kind of pointless,
Yeah, I can imagine people in the cinema when they saw this happening. I bet they were just like, "Oh, damn it," Fuck therapy. This shit's really real, man.
Kirsten's mom fucking killed her.
You got no one to blame but yourself on this one, lady.
Yeah. She killed her. Like she killed her here.
She thought she was doing something right, but no, man, you fucked up. And it's going to cost you now. Man, it's too late now. You ain't waking up. This is it. She's trying to find coffee, and it goes back to that story article that Wes Craven wrote about. Well, we found out about that dude who was too scared to sleep, and one day he did, and we all know what happened then.
Yeah, this is the scene where you're like, yeah, this is the Freddy we're dealing with now.
Yep.
Right, yeah, when the claws come out the water.
Yep, I remember that.
Where they literally, imitate Jaws.
Yeah, the whole Jaws thing. I was expecting that theme to play at one point.
Yeah, this is the moment where you're like, okay, this is the Freddy that we're dealing with now. Like we're seeing Freddy clear as day. No hiding in the shadows. No hide. Just he's there.
Yeah, he's just right up there in your face. And
he just put the sunglasses on.
Here he comes.
All right, let me know when we get to the part where he puts the sunglasses on.
Well, we're not there yet. We got a little bit of a Jaws bit now with the water.
I'm a little bit ahead of you, bro. So yeah.
Ah, fuck. All right. There goes he's just exploded from the sandcastle. She's running. She's sinking in sand. I can see Freddy's feet. Now he's got the glasses on. Hit play.
Yeah, but he's burying her into the sand. It's a great visual. It's a great visual.
Freddy's just merciless, even if he is cracking jokes, man. But yeah, in a span of 36 minutes, we still got an hour to go. He just killed the Dream Warriors. That's it.
Not yet,
but you know what's coming. Damn. Oh, here we go. We're down in that shitty-ass basement. The boilers
again, the set again, the set design is fucking awesome.
I love the lighting on it, too. The green and red work so damn well together.
Elm Street's last brat. And now you're all alone!
Yeah. And he knows it, too. He knows he's got her. They should have kept her alive, though.
Yeah, she's the last. She's the last of the Elm Street kids, and she brings Alice into her dreams, and that gives more kids for Freddy to kill.
Yeah. Ah, damn. And she's about to see her own sister get it.
How sweet, fresh meat. Great one-liners, though.
Oh, the one-liners are great in this, man. I can't argue it.
I give you my powers. Well, yeah, we're at that point.
Yeah, we got no choice at this point now.
Ah, shit!
God damn it.
Fuck!
Fucking. Ah. Well, there you go. She's gone.
And I can understand some fans will kind of be like, again, that fell in love with the Dream Warriors, and then you're asking the fans to Alice? I don't give a fuck about Alice. Who's Alice?
Alice? Who the fuck is Alice? Yeah. But right now, a lot of people are thinking a certain soundbite at that point. This is some bullshit. But yeah, the last of the Elm Street kids and the Dream Warriors gone in under 40 minutes. Just like that. They got snuffed out.
Some bullshit.
You're damn right it's some bullshit. Bad call in my opinion.
Now, I don't feel that. Well, I kind of do, but like I said, I actually like Alice, but that's how most Nightmare films, especially fans of the third film, felt for sure.
Is it some bullshit?
Yeah, look at that. She's roasting. And it ain't medium rare neither.
Oh, we see Nancy's grave.
Yep, I saw that.
So yeah, so in this timeline, yeah, Nancy is dead.
Yeah, she's gone.
We see Alice looking at some home footage of Kirsten and her friends. I guess I'm assuming this took place, shortly after she got released from Weston Hills. Like I said,
Yeah.
like I said, the timeline is kind of like, when did this happen? Because I don't think it would take Kirsten that quick to get a boyfriend and all that stuff. It's like, oh, okay.
Dude, there is no way they managed to get things going in a quick span of a year. It's going to take, like I said, it's going to take a lot longer than that.
And do you think they would have let all three? Well, I kind of get why all three of them go to the same high school, because they're friends. They survived they survived a damn near traumatic experience.
And plus, I don't think they're going to get released at the same time as each other. I don't see that happening, not in real life.
But yeah, but I totally get hell. I will say this, Paul. I'll probably be the same way. Y'all know how much I hate Tina. But they pretty much did what they did in Halloween 5, except the difference is, like I said, if Lisa Wilcox Alice is not in this role, I'd probably be saying this movie is bullshit.
Is it some bullshit?
Here's the thing, though. Between Halloween 5's Tina and this character, this one's more likable compared to the one they had on Halloween 5. Can we agree on that?
Thank you.
Alice is
way more likable than Tina was. Yes.
Yeah. And you absolutely gave a fuck about this character. You felt sorry for her at some points, and you found stuff about her that you liked. I didn't see any of that in Halloween 5's character.
And I really don't like Nightmare 5, but Lisa Wilcox she carries the film. Like, me and Arlo did a review on Nightmare 5, and I said it back then that Lisa Wilcox carries Nightmare 5, because I think Nightmare 5 is the worst portrayal of Freddy by Robert, and I think the direction's weak. I think the story is interesting, but it's poorly executed. Like, Lisa Wilcox carries 5. Like, that's the only reason why I tolerate 5, because of Lisa Wilcox.
We're probably going to be watching it at some point as well, folks. Not sure when, but yeah, you're right. She definitely did carry the film when she was still in there, man. She was the only, I guess you could say, the only saving grace a fifth movie had.
Yeah, but now we're at the point of the movie where she's starting. I thought this was a cool idea, where she starts gaining the personalities of her friends. Like, we just saw her trying to smoke, and she goes, "Wait, I don't smoke." So I like that, how she's gaining a piece of her friends' personalities as they pass.
Yeah, I think that's a nice touch that they added to that too. I think it was pretty good. Because that way she's got all of, not only their personalities, but all of their power traits, all that's needed to try and beat Freddy. Because on her own...
math tests, and I hated that shit so much.
I was actually okay at maths. I'm not no fucking genius or nothing, but I think I did okay on maths when I was a kid. If I remember correctly.
She's sleeping. She's sleeping, and she's had Kirsten's power, so she accidentally brings Sheila, the girl here. She brings her into her dream.
Oh no! What did you just get her into? Oh shit! That ain't red ink.
Learning is fun with Freddy.
Man, his one-liners and okay, they're not getting out now. What the fuck was that?
You see, you see, like I said, it's carnival. It's horror funhouse type fun. Like it's not scary per se. It's where you're fucking terrified. It's more. I mean, the dreams is fucking fantastic. I love it. And then, but see right here, Freddy carving the apple, and you see him. You see him in full view. It's not the Freddy from the first film, but
it's still him. But ramped up to 10 when it comes to this humorous side.
Ramped up to 10, yes.
I mean, like I said, I think Part 4 has some of the best dream sequences in the entire franchise.
Agreed. The dream sequences are fantastic. On Freddy's little subtle hints of his old predator ways.
Yeah, you want to suck face?
And the thing he did with his tongue, like nasty motherfucker.
Come on,
want to suck face?
Oh, he does more than suck a face off.
And literally sucks the life out of her.
God damn.
It's great. The death is great.
Yeah. And just like that, a fatal asthma attack. That's what's taking her out. Man, does that suck for her. But he's basically using her to get more souls for himself. That's the whole purpose of why he kept her alive for this point. He knows what he was doing. What is that, some kind of bomb? You ain't allowed that in school. Can you imagine walking into school with whatever the hell that was?
Bob!
Yeah. Teacher be like, get to the fucking count! Get out of here now! Like, you get your ass kicked if you walked in with something like that.
Look at the chick with the old 80s hair.
That is so not right.
It kind of reminds me of, were you ever seen Saved by the Bell?
Yeah, I remember seeing a few episodes of that back when I was a kid.
Tori, remember Tori? You know, kind of like the biker chick.
Yeah, I remember her.
Yeah, that's what she kind of reminds me of.
I was thinking that too. And Philip here says
that fake ass. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He's saying here, Philip here says Doug Bradley could definitely play Freddy, you know, especially when he was showing his like dark humorous side in Hellraiser 3. Yeah. Hellraiser 3, Pinhead was showing a bit of humor. He could have done it if Robert Englund wasn't doing it. So he's got a bit of a point there. That looks like one of them sound bombs that I see on fucking Dying Light or something.
And I do like the fact, and I do like because Alice said that she keeps those pictures on her mirror because she says she doesn't like to look at herself, you know, and as her friends die, she's releasing a photo, and more she starts to see herself in the mirror. And again, some symbolism there of her, you know, being confident in herself and all that stuff. But I thought was a nice touch. Like I said, Alice is a very likable character, and she's like I said, if it doesn't have her after Dream Warriors, it doesn't work. And look at it, got fake ass Eli Manning over here. He does. He looks like Eli Manning. Like, I'm Eli Manning. I'm a football player. I throw the ball. You know, like
and I'm not very good at it.
And I throw a lot of interceptions, but I did win a Super Bowl ring. Duh.
Yeah. What's your plans after you retire? What are you gonna do then? Well, back to the show anyway. It'd be like that.
He's wearing an old Letterman jacket, which a lot of jocks did wear, especially on game days in my high school. Oh yeah, man, yeah. When it was, you knew it was game day when you saw the jocks playing, wearing the Letterman jackets.
Yeah, I think, don't they still do that nowadays?
Oh, I was in school, they still did.
Yeah, because I know in some of the colleges back in the day, and I'm pretty sure some of them do it today in the college courses I'm in, especially the sports team stuff. You normally see the students wearing something similar, something like that for their game days. So yeah, it's just one of them. It's like one of them like things where you can identify certain types of people with. Like when you got the high school jocks, they're always going to dress up with the sports jackets like you see on there. When you got your casuals, they're dressing up in their casuals. Or you got dudes like me who are like, I guess, outcast / full-on rock and metalhead. I'm going to be wearing the stuff that goes with it. It's part of the social identity that people have, and that goes on in this day and age. I know I sound a little bit philosophical there, but that's kind of my 2 cents on that whole thing.
But like I was saying though, like Lisa Wilcox is great, and it's funny too. I think they said that she initially didn't get the role because producers thought she was too pretty for the role.
Yeah, I did hear about that too. I was reading into it. It says that she wasn't initially. What? Yeah, I'm saying she wasn't initially.
Like I've never heard that before. Like she's too pretty, that's why she didn't get the role.
How? Well, isn't that sounds fucking weird. So you don't get the role because you're too pretty. So okay, and then you get somebody that looks ugly to the role, and they're like, "Nah, you're too ugly for the role." Well, what am I supposed to do? Casting agents and casting directors can be so fucking fussy and complicated about things these days. I know that's their job, but jeez.
And there's good old Bobby Shea.
Yep.
Which, hey, say what you want to say about the sequels of the Nightmare films later on, but there's no Nightmare on Elm Street without Robert Shea.
Yeah, he's the reason this franchise got as big as it is, and one of the main figureheads when New Line Cinema was starting to get around. I mean, this is the guy who produced films like the Lord of the Rings trilogy, the fucking Nightmare on Elm Street series, the first 3 Ninja Turtle movies. Let's put that out there. He was involved in that too. But after when Warner Brothers merged with New Line, that's when he left. But in the early days of New Line,
again, Carnival Funhouse right there.
Yeah. Hey, we're on the express elevator to hell going down. You remember that elevator ride that used to be in, I think it was in Disneyland?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
I always wanted to go on that when I was a kid, believe it or not. But hey, this is everybody's worst nightmare, being stuck in an elevator that's going to do something fucked up.
Now, this scene is hated amongst Nightmare fans.
Why?
People hate this. It never bothered me, but everybody I know that they say they hated this scene. Like they said, it's goofy.
I thought it was funny. I didn't have a problem with it. I mean,
Where we
okay,
see him Invisible Freddy beating up Alice's brother, and it looks like a spa.
yeah, it's one of them spa dojos. I mean, again, I didn't have a problem with the scene. I thought the scene was pretty fun.
Like you said, fun. And what I've been saying all throughout the stream, it's like it's fun, but for some people, it's like it ain't like this. Like Freddy from Nightmare 1 and 2 wouldn't do this.
Can't please everybody, I guess.
No, you can't. It's funny. I think Joe Rogan rips this scene to shreds.
Yeah. And then this bit with the gloves. Sayonara!
Son!
Yeah. Oh, it's pretty funny.
In this scene, it never bothered me. It never bothered me.
Bullseye. That was great. I don't know why people hate it. I don't hate it. I thought it was a fucking funny scene. It's still a Nightmare on Elm Street scene, so I can't complain.
Nice effect with the exploding windows.
Yeah. I mean, like, some of these guys are going to lighten up, you know? But yep, another one of her friends down. I think, to my knowledge, maybe I'm wrong, but isn't this one of the movies where he had a pretty high kill count? Or was that part 2?
I think it's part 2 because of the pool party scene.
Oh yeah, when he came into the real world and started wiping everybody out, and he'd have that guy trying to reason with him. Hey, let me help you. Help yourself, fucker. I'm like, yes. But yeah.
Now, so about the scene when she daydreams her brother being alive. Look, man, something about you. I would never, as an actor or anything, being in a coffin like that. That's something I would never do. Like that shit creeps me out. Coffins creep me out.
I've actually during one of our theater college shows. There was a scene where we had a coffin, or a box that looked like a coffin, and I had to step in the coffin. And at first, I was kind of like, okay, this is a fucked up situation, but I don't know. I guess I handled it pretty good. But yeah, coffins. Unless you're dead, I don't want to be in it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a very surreal experience. It's because you're laying there, you're like, wow, this is what it would be like. Unless if I'm not cremated, I'd be thinking, oh, this is what it would feel like.
Chances are I'm probably going to end up being cremated because, the idea of bugs having lunch, not a good idea. You know, I think Friday the 13th Part 6 kind of put me off the idea of being buried, you know?
Jason is funny as hell. Like once he wakes up, you're just like what the fuck?
Yeah, you can imagine the mood he was in when he got woken up again. He must have been like, all right, who woke me up? Oh, you again. I remember you, you son of a bitch. You're the one that put me here.
I was dead? I didn't know I was dead.
Yeah. He's like, you again? But yeah, Part 6, man, that was a fun movie.
Shit, where are you at now, Paul?
Oh, hang on, I'll pause it for you. I am paused at 58:22. There's 2 people leaving the graveyard. I think it's the parents.
I'm at 58, 16, 58, 17, 58, 19, 20, 21, 22.
All right. Yeah, you got 2 people
walking. You said the parents. That's Alice and her father, bro.
Sorry, my bad. And she has to take another photo down.
Take another photo down, yeah. Like I said, she starts gaining because this the nunchuck scene, yeah.
Yeah. She's
And
building.
I always like and I always like the song like, anything, anything, anything. I always like the song that plays here.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this, but when this film was initially released in the UK, they cut the nunchuck scene out.
Why?
Because it's nunchucks. It was deemed as as a dangerous weapon back
Oh,
in the
you
day.
pussies!
Blame Mary Whitehouse. That's the bitch who banned a lot of movies and censored a lot here in the UK when she was still alive. Like, when the fucking original 3 Ninja Turtle movies came out, any nunchuck scene that had Michelangelo doing something with it, they cut those fucking scenes out. It wasn't until like early 2000s when they released them on DVD, we finally had the nunchuck scenes over here. And yes, that includes the nunchuck scenes with Bruce Lee movies. They took them out too.
You can tell that's not Lisa Wilcox doing it, but it's great though.
Nice touch, but I don't think she would have been able to.
You can tell that's not Lisa Wilcox doing the nunchucks, but
no way, absolutely not.
But again, I love that though. Like she's getting more personality as the movie progresses. She's starting to become more vocal. I love it.
Yeah, and she's finally standing up to the drunk ass bum.
It's called character development, people.
Yeah, something that a lot of these writers need to start doing again. Dude, let her go. Let her go, dude.
But yeah, I always like that song. Anything, anything, anything. I always like. Again, some always go night. And I don't know if we had this conversation before, but how do you feel about rock music and popular music being in horror films?
Oh, dude. Rock music and horror movies go hand in hand together. They go extremely well together. It is a proven formula. Look at Friday the 13th Part 6. Look at these Nightmare on Elm Street movies. Look at Shocker. Look at fucking Freddy versus Jason. Arguably for me, Freddy versus Jason hand down had one of the best rock soundtracks I ever heard in any movie. If you looked at that soundtrack album, man, I actually bought that album because the songs on there were banging, Hell, even Bride of Chucky had a damn good rock.
Hands on me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just love the soundtrack. I love the soundtrack of this movie. Forgive me.
Yeah, you're fine. But I'm just saying, rock and metal and horror movies go hand in hand together. It's a perfect match. Fucking hell. Look at Hellraiser 3. You had bloody Motorhead Lemmy doing the Hellraiser song, and it worked.
But can you kind of understand why? Because that's something I kind of don't like. Because you've seen. I'm assuming you've seen Blair Witch Project, right?
Yeah, I've seen Blair Witch. I went to see it in the cinema.
Now, imagine like what I liked about because imagine you get the scene when you see the dude in the corner and the camera just drops, and
Yep.
in the credits all you hear is just this creepy noise like.
Yeah.
Now imagine if like the camera just drops, you hear just trying to go burn out, like it kind of takes you out of the moment. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
and I kind of understand in
certain horror movies, you don't need to have a rock and metal soundtrack. For a movie like Blair Witch, it didn't need it. But when you're looking at films like this, Demons and Freddy versus Jason, you can put a soundtrack to something like that on a film like this. But when you're doing a horror movie like Blair Witch or even like a Saw movie sometimes is like, or Paranormal Activity or Record or films like that, you don't need to have like a banging rock soundtrack. There are certain films that fits it perfectly, and there are certain horror movies that just you don't need it for it,
Yeah, I can agree with that. Oh, this is definitely the best dream sequence of the film right here. I love
Oh yeah, the
this.
fact where everything's going in a fucking loop.
Well, this and her slowly going into the screen, like like that and the loop scene, which is like this next 10, 20 minutes is fucking phenomenal for me. I used to be mesmerized by this scene. Yep, and
Oh
the
yeah.
popcorn flying, yes.
I remember when I first saw this, and I just saw it going into a loop, and my initial, because I was a kid at the time, my initial thought was like, dude, what the hell is going on here? Like, what are we doing here? So it was very effective.
I was the same way. I was the same way.
Whoa. Can you imagine this? You being sucked into a cinema screen? That would be a crazy experience. And there she goes.
I thought the scene was so cool. It still holds up. It's still like I said, the visuals in this movie is probably some of the best in the franchise.
Yeah, I mean, even 35 years on, this movie still holds solid effects, man. I mean, I love the way she merged into that cinema screen perfectly. I thought it was great.
They see Kincaid and Kirsten and Rick clapping at her. Again, that sounds like a dream. That sounds like a dream to me.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, the set pieces, the dream sequences in this one movie of this franchise alone, just fucking amazing.
We see Alice back in her diner, because she said earlier that's her biggest fear, which is very relatable, as working at the same place for 40, 50 years.
And you end up looking like... Unfortunately, though, that's what happens for a lot of people. Most of them spend their days...
It does. It's unfortunate. It's very unfortunate.
We all got big dreams and ambitions, but sometimes not everyone's going to reach it. That's just a fact of life. I got to admit as well, Freddy's voice in this one's actually pretty cool as well.
It is good. It is good.
Oh Jesus, dude! I'm eating a pizza right now, and now I'm seeing this, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on the pizza now. I was enjoying my pizza till I saw this. Freddy, come on, man!
I love soul food. Nasty.
Oh, speaking of nasty, here we go. I love that. But yeah, that scene with the what's coming up, what we just saw foreshadowing now. Yeah, I remember when I saw that, it freaked me out. I got freaked out by what's coming next. You gotta understand, it's like I was like 4 years old when I saw this. This freaked me the fuck out when I saw this bit. Because I just finished watching David Cronenberg's The Fly at this point. So, yeah, you can imagine.
She could get it. She could get it.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
I don't mind her. Here's the time loop thing.
Yeah, like I said, when I was a kid and I first saw this, I was just like, what the hell is going on here?
Yeah, but I thought my TV was broke.
Oh, I bet you did. Me, I was like thinking, all right, who's hitting the wind back button here?
And they said this part is actually Robert Englund's favorite part of the movie. Actually, I think they said this is actually Robert Englund's favorite movie of the franchise.
Yeah, because I remember when I was at one of the Comic Cons in London. Robert Englund was there, and I remember doing an autograph signing where he was at, and I did ask him about that, and he did say that this was his favorite movie. Yeah,
That's awesome. Well,
yeah.
I mean, probably because they gave him top billing, and he probably made a lot of money doing this film. So,
But no, he did. He said that he actually absolutely had a blast on being in this movie. Probably the most fun he had since the first one.
here it comes. Here it comes.
God, I hate this scene when I was a kid.
Here it comes.
I'm getting fly vibes right now. Fuck.
No pain, no gain. Oh!
Oh my God.
Oh, shit!
And her bad day just got worse.
Fuck!
I'm getting fly vibes now. God damn it. Ugh.
And you would think that he just broke her elbows, but
the moment you see bug limbs coming out of her, then you know something bad's gonna happen. Jeez. Oh, here we are looping again.
and again, showing that Freddy can fuck with you even when you're not sleeping.
Yeah.
Like, people like to say, people like to talk shit about part 2, but I'm like, even in the first film, he plays with reality, because when Nancy is answering the phone and he goes, "I'm your boyfriend now," Nancy's wide awake.
Yeah. And think about this too. Like you mentioned when we did the first one, as the movie went on, his voice got more progressively darker.
This is true. Yeah.
Oh, not the face.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God fucking damn it.
It's great. And it's all practical. All practical.
Yeah, shout out to Kevin Yeager. That's the guy who did the effects. Who, ironically enough, did Friday the 13th Part 6. I think it was. Or was it? No, he did the effects for Child's Play 2 after this one.
And this is why practical works, because it still looks great even to this very day. If this was CGI, it would look whack.
I mean, I don't mind CGI as long as it's done well and if it complements the practical.
Look, this whole scene is all practical. It still looks great. I like, you can check in, but you can't check out. And just squeeze the. Oh shit!
God damn it!
That scene, the best death in the film, and
best
one of the best in the franchise,
and the best effects, hands down. That was the best moment. That even 35 years on, that still is damn good. Well, so much for playing Roadkill.
Yeah. That's how you do it. Yeah, let's just run to a fucking tree, Alice. Good job.
How did that work out for you?
Oh, I bet it didn't work. Yeah. Go outside, run and drive into a tree. See how that works out for you.
Well, it didn't work out well for him.
Okay, now, how's Eli gonna beat Tom Brady?
I can't right now. I'm nursing a coma.
Okay, all right, Eli.
Hey,
I love this scene. I love it. Look how assertive Alice becomes here.
Yeah, she's like, no, don't put him out. Where have I seen that guy before?
Yeah, see how again more assertive and more confident she's becoming. I like again. I love how they wrote Alice. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, like she's instantly who was shy as hell, and due to circumstances that was beyond her control, builds the confidence to to face it head on. It's inspirational.
It actually is pretty inspirational when you think about it. Yeah.
Yeah. And who says horror movies don't teach you valuable lessons? Sometimes the inspirational characters actually come from horror films sometimes, and this is one of them.
Sure, where are you at now, Paul?
All right, I'll pause. Hold on. We are now 1 hour, 14, 16 seconds. She's just got in the car and is reversing out.
I let me know when we get to the part where she's at when she's about to prepare for battle with Freddy.
Okay, well, I got it on pause at the minute, so it's 1 hour, 14, 16.
Yeah, go ahead. Just let me know.
Okay. She's drove off. This dude's still in hospital. She's still driving, which is obviously a studio. All right, we're in the hospital now. We're in the operating room. I'm not too sure that's a doctor. There goes the trash cans with a cat going flying out of it. Okay, she's out of the car. She's going in the house. Still focusing on her feet. Camera's gone away. Surgeon's putting gloves on. If you need me to pause, man, just let me know.
Oh, I don't know where you're at because this is one of my favorite moments of the movie coming up.
Oh, yeah, the operating table. You shouldn't have put him out. But they didn't know.
Oh, I hear the music. Okay, we're there now.
All right, it's time for war.
The photos of Kirsten, all her friends has died, and now her transformation is complete now.
Yep, that's it.
And I always love the music that plays here.
It's perfect. I don't have a bad thing to say about the soundtrack at all. Dude,
got the photos down. Got on her brother's headgear.
That weird looking bomb thing.
And now all the pictures are coming down, and she's now seeing herself now. And I love her line too. Fucking A.
Fucking A. Oh, dude, she's definitely got the 80s rock chick thing going on right now. I think I'm in love. There you go. Damn right. Fucking A. Now give me
her transformation. Her transformation's complete. It's complete now.
Yep. Oh God, Freddy.
It ain't Dr. Seuss.
Oh shit. That's so good.
I love it. Get away from him, you son of a bitch. Love it.
Yep. That was their aliens moment right there.
Yeah, Lisa, look, I'm looking sexy as hell right now.
That's what I was saying a few minutes ago, man. What? Man, if I was old enough back in the 80s, I'd be dating her.
Yeah, them in the tunnel. Like I said, Carnival Funhouse. Oh, great visual. Oh, Freddy at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, the color schemes are awesome too. Oh, I've been in one of those tunnel things in those fun houses. I remember these. Those were pretty fucking cool back then. That's really nice, though. The visual effect of that is just awesome.
Oh, there's so many kick-ass shots in this film.
Yeah. Like, this is straight up eye candy for us right now.
Yeah, but then Eli man about to is gonna have a Back to the Future moment.
Oh boy. How did that happen?
Oh yeah, that's right. We're about to get the Welcome to Wonderland, Alice.
Well, yeah. Well, it is technically a horror version of Alice in Wonderland now.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
So it fits. It absolutely fits.
There's the chant.
Here we go.
I think this is probably like the only Nightmare on Elm Street film where you actually get like a legit. And I love the church setting, good and evil.
Yeah.
But I think it's like this is like one of the only Friday Nightmare films where you actually get like a legit showdown.
Yeah, like a straight up fight between two.
Oh, here she goes. There you go. She got the skills. She got the skills. Oh god, that was an epic ass kick sound. Like pow, wham! I expect some Batman fucking.
Yeah. Straight up blasting him right now.
It's not Lisa Wilcox though. It's not her though.
Damn.
That's funny.
I know. It's definitely
It's clearly not her. Yeah, they're making sure they don't show her face.
Yeah, they're absolutely making it a point not for us to see it. I think Robert Englund did some of the fight scenes himself as well, right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. Because I know he did some of his fight scenes in first Jason. I know that. Ow.
I also like that line too. He just said, "You got their powers, I got their souls."
That is such a Freddy line right there. Don't drop your...
No, you gotta call somebody. Yeah, you gotta call somebody a bitch at one point in this film.
Yeah, it wouldn't be Freddy if he didn't say it. Dude, his voice in this one was great.
It is a great voice. I mean, the best is the first film, but yeah.
This would be the second best when it comes to his voice work.
I say 2.
Oh, 2 as well. Yeah, all right. Like, this would be the third best one then.
At least look on her. She looks beautiful in this scene, though.
Agreed. Oh, so that's what that was.
Another great one line he's about to do. I am eternal.
He's right. That's early day CG right there. When you think about it. Nice. Ow.
Great one-liner. Like I said, the one-liners is great, though.
Oh, yeah, absolutely agreed. Some of the best one-liners in the entire series.
Now, how do you feel about Freddy's death here, though? A lot of people are divided when it comes to his death.
No, it's been a while since I've seen this, so I'm gonna have to check this out again. But I think if I remember when I first saw it, I was just kind of like, all right, fair enough. But let's see how it is, because my memory's kind of vague on this one. Oh, it was the mirror death.
Freddy is like, holy shit, I'm ugly as fuck.
I'm not surprised you got burnt. You look like a pizza face. Well, this
But
death
yeah, but
right now.
that's
well,
the death, like showing having evil look at itself in the mirror.
It's kind of poetic. Because sometimes some of these villainous fucks don't have the balls to look at themselves in the mirror because they don't like what they see. So that's kind of the poetic thing about it.
And the souls of Elm Street kids ripping them apart, is really, it's really cool. But some people say, like, really a mirror when holy water couldn't do it.
I gotta admit, I mean, this death is actually not bad. Now that I'm looking at it now, I think it's visual effects wise, it looks fucking good. It's surreal, but it's
the visual effects. The visual effects is incredible.
Yeah, like they're literally
and again practical.
Yeah, practical effects. You can still do it. You can still deliver it if done right. And if, like I said, if you are going to add a little CG to it, make sure it complements the practical. Oh yeah, they tore his head right off. I think it's a pretty good death. I actually like that death, to be honest.
Yeah, I like his death too. I like his death. I've never had a problem with his death. Never.
Yeah. I don't know why people were so mad about it, but I'm just like.
Well, I think because the whole really that's all it took was a mirror. I mean, yeah, but and then there all the souls were like, thank you.
Well, they're free now.
And I like her line, rest in hell.
And then kicks his glove out. There you go.
I like that line, rest in hell.
It fits. I mean, the stage design, the showdown, the way he got taken out. I don't have a bad thing to say about this one, to be honest with you. I really don't. I think it's just, And I always, y'all, if y'all follow this show, y'all know I'm a fan of ambiguous endings where you kind of leave that seed of doubt. I think the best way they did it was part 3 with the little light turning on in the house. But I like this here where you see his reflection in the pond. I think this is it. Yeah, I think that was a subtle touch when they had that one here.
Yeah, just kind of like just leaves a little bit of doubt. And I love shit like that. It's not no Freddy jumping out at you at the last second, or him grabbing a doll, putting the doll through the door. Just I love subtle endings like that where you kind of like, wait, I don't know, is he dead?
Yeah, it's almost like they're saying, "Yo, I'm still around, but you're not knowing when I'm coming back." Yeah, bang.
It's subtle.
You don't need it to be like a grand epic in-your-face jump, but having that little moment of, hey, he could be still around, it works.
Yeah, he could be. He could be. That's the thing.
Yeah. They're just letting you know.
And then a nice little hint towards the 5th film.
Yeah. That was a way of just letting you know, hey, we got something else planned, but we're not going to tell you when.
Oh, wait, hang on. I want to please you. I want to do you. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Keep going. You're good. Jake the dog. Okay, so that was the name of the dog.
Put it on me. Put it on me. And that is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master and Dice. God damn, I still love this film. It's
Yeah, they
fun.
don't make movies like that anymore.
The visual effects is great. It has a great energy to it. Robert Englund is fantastic. I love Lisa Wilcox as Alice. The deaths are great. The dreams are great. I love this fucking movie. Just the only thing I dislike about it is the Dream Warriors get killed too soon, too easily, kind of disrespectful. But if it wasn't for Lisa Wilcox Alice's character, how well she was written, I would have a big problem with that. But I still love this film. It's still my favorite in the franchise. I love this fucking film to death, and I hope now y'all see why this is my favorite of the franchise. I would give this a 10 out of 10. Because what they did to Dream Warriors, I gotta get it down to an 8. 8 out of 10. But yeah. Put it on, put it on, put it on, man. Put it on, put it on, put it on. I'm sorry, y'all. Yeah, like Robert Englund's great. The soundtrack is great. The mood, the energy. It's a fun film. Yes, it's a complete 180 of Freddy from the first two films, but god damn it, I don't care. I have fun with this film. 80s horror at its best, and I love it. 8 out of 10 film. Fucking love this movie still. Paul, go ahead.
Yeah, man. Nightmare on Elm Street 4, arguably probably one of my favorite ones too. One of the best ones in the series as well. It's one of them films where it had an unbelievably good stage design, great special effects, some of the best dream sequences that entire movie, bar none. Robert Englund on top form once again as Freddy Krueger, and the cast members that were involved completely likable, and just a well-rounded, fun movie. I mean, I don't understand why some people hate this, because I mean, what is there to hate? I mean, this movie gives you all the things you want to have in a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. Of course, yeah, you do see his more campier side in this movie, like it's full on out there, but it was just a fun, entertaining movie. And yeah, people do refer to this as the MTV Nightmare of the franchise, granted, but for the movie at its time, it worked great. I mean, Rennie Harlan did a damn good job directing this movie. And again, the people involved with the effects and the casting, good choice. The only thing I didn't agree with, it's the same with James. I mean, you killed the Dream Warriors off too soon. Now, I know why they did it, because, the actress who's in part 3 didn't come back. We had somebody else play it. Okay, fine. But if you were going to kill them off, instead of killing them off like the first 3 to go, you could have at least let them flesh out their characters a little more, made their deaths a little more meaningful. That's the only gripe.
Oh, the Fat Boys! I'm sorry. I love the soundtrack. I'm so sorry, Paul. Continue.
All right. And as you can see, folks, James is digging the soundtrack, and that's the thing, right? I said this earlier in the podcast, and in this episode earlier. I will say it again. Sometimes with certain horror movies, not all of them, but certain horror movies, rock and metal soundtracks go hand in hand with these kind of films. For a movie like this, a soundtrack like that would totally work. For some of the Friday the 13th movies, yes, it would totally work. And this movie is one of those examples that has a pretty banging soundtrack for a movie of its time, even 35 years on. And again, the effects are just fucking phenomenal. Like that girl who turns into a bug. Like, when I first saw that, I was just like, oh, shit. As a kid, I had like vibes of David Cronenberg's The Fly when I saw that happening. And to this day, even 35 years on, the effects for that scene was just top notch. So, yeah, all in all, I loved it. Great effects, great dream sequences, banging soundtrack. The cast members were on top form and they were likable. Can't argue that at all. And, it's just a fucking fun movie, man. I mean, what is there not to like? they're except for maybe the one scene with the Dream Warriors getting taken out. But apart from that, everything else about this movie just, it hit the right notes with me. So solid movie, underrated sequel, one of my favorites as well. I think it was fun. So yeah, I'm with James on this one. This is going to get 8 out of 10 for me as well. It's a good movie. And if you guys have never seen it before, I'll check it out. But watch the others before you lead up to this one.
Okay. Favorite death? Who's your MVP? And who is your least valuable player in the film?
Wow. My favorite death, simply because of just how good the effects were, got to be the one that gets turned into a bug. That was easily the best death. MVP, I am going to. Oh man, this is a tough one because it's a coin toss right now. It's a coin toss between Freddie and it's a coin toss between the lead actress. So I'm probably gonna go with. I'm gonna give this one to Alice simply because, and the reason I say Alice is because her character, in a way, is a bit of an inspiration for people who have like trouble building their confidence up. Watch this movie and you see how this character just starts off as quiet and shy, and then you see her confidence just building up each time she takes a photo down and each time a situation arises. I like that. That was pretty inspirational for characters to have that like courage and strength to build up to face whatever's going on head on. So she's my MVP for that. My least favorite MVP, well, my least valuable person. I'm just gonna. This may sound a bit petty, but fuck it, I'm gonna go there. Probably the mom who gave her daughter sleeping pills to help her sleep. Like, what were you thinking? You know what she went for in the last movie, and yet you still didn't learn. And your sister ends up being extra crisp. Well, your daughter ends up being extra crispy on the bed. So you're my least valuable person for doing something so damn stupid. But yeah, there you go.
Where's the fucking bourbon?
Yeah, where's the fucking bourbon? I want my fucking bourbon. Oh, can I ask you something? Yes, go ahead. Who gives a fuck what you think?
Well, actually, we're actually pretty. We're on the same wavelength. I would say the best death, to me, is the cockroach scene. And the MVP for me is Alice, and it's a little bit different. Yeah, the inspiration thing, but for me, what makes Alice MVP is she's put Lisa. Well, it's put in a tough spot because you kill off the Dream Warriors, which was everybody loved them. They loved their characters, and to kill them off, and they have to cling on to you. That is a pretty and credit to the writers who wrote her likable, made her likable. You do end up rooting for her. You do end up liking her, because they could have hated her. They could have hated her, but Lisa Wilcox to me is the MVP of this film, just due to the circumstance that the writers put her in. Like I said, Robert Englund. I mean, he was fantastic, so he didn't need an MVP. Like it's his movie. So, least valuable player. Shit for me. I will say the dad. The dad, Rick and Alice's dad was the least valuable player. It really had no significance to the plot whatsoever. He had more significance in the fifth film, but here it's like, oh, he's just a drunk dad. So
yeah.
So yeah, that is Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, The Dream Master. I definitely recommend this film. Like I said, it's my personal favorite. Like I said, it's the imagination, the dreams, set designs, visual effects. Robert Englund is fun. Wilcox is great. Great babyface character. But if you are a fan of the Dream Warriors, you're probably going to hate this film. And if you are a hardcore Nightmare fan, you're probably gonna hate this film because, like I said, this is where this franchise did hit the iceberg. It didn't sink, but it hit it, and that's what led to Part 5 and Freddy's Dead. Um, and yes, this is more of a campier side of Freddy, more of the wisecracking Freddy, more of the Freddy that we know now compared to the first three films, which does bother some Nightmare fans. Because it says it completely goes away for what Freddy truly is. But I didn't mind it. It is the MTV version of Freddy, but if you do like, but if you like some fun, energetic, entertaining slasher films, this is the movie for you. So I fucking love this film, and clearly Paul enjoys it as well. Highly recommended. All right, so shit, I gotta quickly get out of here. But Paul, all right, so next week for episode 50 of the Primetime Gorehounds, what do you have in mind for those that did not watch our Blue Steel show?
All right, well, for episode 50, I decided we're going to introduce some TV shows. So for our TV show watch along debut for episode 50, we're going to check out the very first pilot episode of The Last of Us. So this is going to be our experimentation to see how we do with TV episodes that we might end up doing somewhere down the road. And what better way to start than with this, put my teeth back in, with this show that everybody's talking about. And for anyone who's wondering what's next after that, well, apparently on the 10th, I'm not going to be around because I'm going to let the cat out of the bag right now. I'm going to be embarking on a photography trip. I'm going to be going to the Venice Carnival in Italy, where if you don't know what that is, go look it up on Google. I'm going to be going there to take some photos of the location. Going to take photos of people that take part in the costumes, and I'm going to be in costume as well. So expect a lot of photos. It's going to be a fun trip because I've been planning it for a while, and I think it'd be good for the the photography side of things. So I want to build my portfolio on that. But we will be back on the 17th. Might be a little jet lag, but we will be back. So what have you got for episode 51 for my return?
To be honest, Paul, I don't know yet. We probably have to wait till next week. I didn't really think about it.
Oh. But yeah, that's what's going on for the next week or two, folks. So you got The Last of Us on a bit of a hiatus, but we're going to be back on the 17th.
Sweet. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get on out of here, folks. I got some soul food I gotta eat. So yes, that was fun. I fucking adore this film. So here we go. So yeah. So next week will be The Last of Us episode 1. And Paul, did you happen to check out my review of episode 2?
I'm trying not to spoil it for myself. I did catch a tail end of it when it was live, and from what I've been hearing, it sounds like they're making a few changes, which I expected was going to happen because The Walking Dead did the same thing, and so I'm very interested to see what those changes are, and I'm going to see if it works well with it or not. Because as you guys know, or may not know, yes, I am a bit of a video game nerd. I am someone who enjoyed playing The Last of Us. I played the sequel as well. So, I'm looking forward to seeing how well this translates into film and TV platforms. So it's going to be interesting. Looking forward to it.
Sweet. All right, folks. Hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's Primetime Gorehounds of episode 49 of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4. Be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Leave a comment in the comment section. Do y'all love the film? Do y'all hate the film? What are y'all favorite moments, favorite scenes, favorite characters? Do y'all feel this was the beginning of the end of the franchise? Or anything will be greatly appreciated. And of course, but more importantly, hit that like and subscribe button. And we'll see y'all next week for The Last of Us Part 1. And we'll see you tomorrow night for the Royal fucking Rumble, which I am very much looking forward to. A lot of intrigue, a lot of interest particularly when it comes to the men's Royal Rumble, because I personally think Cody's going to win, but there's so much speculation. Who's going to show up, who's not going to show up, who may be the winner, who not be the winner. I'm very much looking forward to it. So tomorrow night will be the Royal Rumble live commentary. And so we'll see y'all later. Have a great weekend. We are out, and don't crash into the fucking trees. Peace.
See you soon.